Okay. We've got one Commander fan who's very excited despite yesterday's loss in the Battle of the Beltways, ending in a Baltimore victory. The Commanders falling to the Ravens 30-23. It was very close all the way to the end, and despite the loss, the game lived up to the hype. Commanders fans pointing out that Baltimore is one of the league's toughest teams, and Washington, they certainly put up a good fight up at M&T Bank Stadium, so they were in enemy territory too. Washington and Baltimore now both 4-2. The Commanders still leading the NFC East, so they're still doing well, especially like
Can you say that again?
They're leading the NFC East. And
who is leading the what?
And the Cowboys got destroyed yesterday by Detroit.
So just from old DC, today is a W for us. Today is a win-win-win for us.
But there's a ton of other teams outside of Dallas, you know, and then they count just as much.
We don't care about
You can't go to the Super Bowl just depending what Dallas does.
Well, that's the backup plan. If we don't make it to the Super Bowl, did we beat Dallas, or did Dallas suck this year?
Let me finish telling you everything that's up with the Commanders, because the Commanders, they are back at home on Sunday versus the Carolina Panthers. Okay, let's get, not that your opinion doesn't matter, but let's get one that's studied, that's been there through and through, that was in Baltimore. Commander Superfan Tailgate Ted is with us.
My man.
Because
your opinion matters to me, Joe.
Even before the season even started, we're going to the Super Bowl. So, Ted, give us, how do you feel about yesterday? Because I think all in all, it was still a great game.
It was a good game. It was a fun game to watch for Commanders fans, considering in years past, we would have lost just as bad as Dallas did to Detroit.
Right.
You know, this past Sunday against Baltimore. So the fact that it was a one-score game is good, but it's supposed to be a misery Monday, but it doesn't feel that way walking around D.C. today, because fans are optimistic from what we saw. Baltimore is a perennial Super Bowl contender, not just playoff, Super Bowl contender, and we took them down to the wire. So I think fans are optimistic, knowing that the future's bright. Just give these guys a chance. And we got a chance to actually do something here in D.C.
So, Ted, let me ask you, in your estimation, do you think that this squad is in the middle of a rebuilding year, as we have mentioned on this show, or is this a squad that's on its way to the playoffs? What do you think?
I want to take this time to apologize to Adam Peters, because he said that the team was recalibrating during his initial press conference. He didn't want to use the word rebuild, and he actually was right. They're not rebuilding. 2/3 of this roster is new, but this coaching staff and this front office has found a way to win with these players, and the way they are playing, they are on the way to the playoffs. They have a chance to actually do something, and who knows what's going to happen after that, and hopefully,
the playoffs are
Dallas ain't gonna be there.
open season again, because once you get into the postseason, everyone not just recalibrates, you start from zero and fresh, and there's always that possibility, as we've seen Cinderella stories go through. So we'll wait and see. They are certainly doing way better than Dallas Cowboys, that's for sure, that have totally just, I don't know what's going on over there. Dak signed a contract, and it went all downhill after that. But in any case,
when we see Dallas do like that, we have a great week.
Ted, Joe caught up with fans, and to your point, I'm curious to hear how they're feeling today, so let's take a listen.
Check it out.
So check it out. We're out here to talk to everybody. Y'all see what I did today. We're out here to talk to everybody about these Commanders. Listen, the fever's here. Okay, we didn't win, but how do we feel about this team? Let's go talk to the folks. All right, so we're here getting the reaction to yesterday's game. You are not necessarily a Commanders fan, but you are a big football fan.
Huge football fan.
I see the Penn State on you.
Yes, sir.
Give us your assessment of how we showed up and what the game told you yesterday.
You know, I think it was a really quality loss, and I don't want.
One second. Quality loss. That's the new, boy, I like that a lot.
Yes,
a
sir.
Quality loss is what that was.
I thought Jalen really stepped up and played well. Terry McLaurin is showing that he really is probably a top 10 wide receiver in the game. I think they really got to get another wide receiver or two in there, and the big issue is really the secondary.
And this guy is a huge Commanders fan, right?
Well, I don't mind the Commanders, but I am a Vikings fan, you can see from the hat.
Okay.
But I did go to the game in Baltimore yesterday.
But hold on a second. Before you got to that, what did you say when you were walking away a second ago?
I see the Vikings are 5-0.
So, what would you say about our offense and our defense?
So I thought the game was great. Both teams played really well. I think the Commanders were missing the fact that the running back was out. The running game was a little tough, and I think they were having a little bit of a hard time stopping the Baltimore run, especially towards the end. I just went because I was interested in seeing a great game, and the Commanders and the Ravens, they both delivered. It was a great close game. I enjoyed it.
Just don't leave me hanging. Because you said everything a true Commanders fan would say, but you have on the Vikings.
There's a lot to be excited about.
I'll bump into my good frat brother. Listen, Commanders.
Yes.
They're showing up this year. They lost yesterday, but they're showing up this season.
Okay, thank you.
But give me your assessment of our Washington Commanders. And you see my sweater and my tie today.
And you look good. Burgundy and gold. You guys look good. You have a great quarterback. He is poised. The defense, you played a good team. You almost beat a really good team. As a Cowboy fan, I'm impressed.
That's all we can ask for from a Cowboy fan who lives in the DMV. I don't know how that happens, but it happens.
I think you guys have hope. Hope that you haven't had in a long time. And you can place a lot of hope on a good quarterback, and you have one. I think you have one. I think you have a quarterback to build around. You have a quarterback that looks like the players like to play with and for. And I think the sky is up for the franchise right now.
Are we watching Cowboy fans convert live on the DMV zone?
You see me doing them. They just turned bipartisan in front of your face. They were holding. They were over there.
Good job. You went out there with the burgundy and gold, and you converted them. They were like, wait a second.
And remember, I don't even watch sports. So let's go.
Ted, it's so good to see you. Thank you for coming on the DMV zone. And who knows, maybe with the Panthers, I see a W in your future. Would be
Super
great.
Bowl.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
We're out.